The relationship that I've had with my parents is awful. My mom is crazy, psycho, she's over the top. My dad's violent, uneducated, he's ignorant. When I was 5, I can remember being shoved into the corner of a closet. My dad had his belt, he was about to beat the living daylights out of me, and then my mom burst in the room. I remember that vividly. When I was 16, I was outside with my dad. He took me to the ground and started choking me. I couldn't breathe. My mother watched every second and didn't do a damn thing. Another time, I was standing in the bathroom arguing with my father and it spiraled out of control. My dad just grabbed me by the neck, started choking me to the point where I couldn't breathe. My eyes started to roll into the back of my head, and it was probably one of the worst things they've ever done to me. The police have probably been called on me at least a dozen times. My dad called me a pussy, told me to shut my mouth. My parents both told me that I was an accident. They would always call me a spoiled, rotten little kid. I moved out when I was 17 years old, and I've been paying every bill since then. Why would I kick the people out of my life that are supposedly spoiling me so much? One of the main reasons I moved out was the way that they treated my girlfriend, Melissa. They said she's rude and bitchy. My mom has never liked any of my girlfriends. I've had people walk out of my life because they couldn't handle the intensity of my mother. I want my parents to be out of my life. As heartless as it sounds, the next time I see my parents, I hope it's when one of them's dying and I have to.
Well, Christine and Steve deny ever abusing their son, and they say they have a sneaking suspicion his manipulative girlfriend, Melissa, is behind these false allegations.
He's lying about all the abuse that happened. He wasn't even spanked as a child. Once my son started dating Melissa, his attitude got even worse.
Steven's had his way all his life, and he's not prepared to hear the word no. And when he does, he explodes.
At 15, he went on a complete rampage and started calling me vulgar names and throwing things all over the house, and he picked a microwave up and threw it at me. I had no idea the temper tantrums that were about to come. He was raging in the house, and my husband Steve went outside with him, and all I saw was my son pick up his fist.
So I spun him around, threw him on the ground, and held him on the ground by his neck. I even went so far as to raise my fist, realized it's my son, let go of him, and I stood back up. That is the absolute only time that I've ever put my hand on my son.
Steven, he's a second-degree black belt. He is the one who physically, emotionally, and mentally abused me. My son's called me this word, a moron, stupid. He wishes I would just die. Melissa's very manipulative, controlling, and insecure. She's driven a wedge between his family and all of his friends.
Instead of saying you should work this out with your parents, she'd say, you don't need them in your life. You have me. You have my family.
She is actually manipulating the manipulator. If Melissa wasn't in the picture, we would actually have a better opportunity to mend our family.
Okay, now, you guys have not spoken since June, right?
No.
And you say you just want to be done with them.
I do. I want them to leave me alone. I want the world to know the abuse that they've put me through my entire life, and that I'm not this spoiled, rotten little brat that they want to make me out to be.
Okay.
And I want them to stop harassing me and my girlfriend. My girlfriend hasn't done a damn thing to you guys. Uh-huh. Except love your son.
That is so not true. Okay. I have the text messages from her. I have a Facebook message.
What kind of abuse are you talking?
Well, I don't know, maybe the dozens of times you've choked me with a cord in the bathtub.
You are straight up lying. That never happened. We never abused you. You were never abused.
Oh.
You abused me.
Oh, did
you
I?
You threw microwaves at me. You intimidated me.
I pushed the microwave off the counter.
You threw it at me, and you know full well you did.
If you've seen pictures of me when I was 12 years old, none of these people would believe that.
Okay, you're a second-degree black belt. And who did the abuse? You did the abuse. I locked myself in my bedroom I don't know how many times. I'm 100 pounds soaking wet. You're a second, almost third-degree black belt.
How many times?
So don't sit here and claim that we abused you. Your dad has never touched you. He's been an excellent father. He was protecting himself.
You, huh?
No, he has not.
Oh, you were protecting yourself. You're going to look me in the eye and say you were protecting yourself.
Yeah,
from your 10-year-old son who was a
10-year-old?
Oh, were you protecting yourself when you were choking me in the closet?
There is no abuse.
There is no abuse. Of course you're not going to sit on national TV and say
no abuse.
No, you're the one lying. You are the one.